Hey, it's Bill in Virginia, and welcome back to another episode of Model Railroading Adventures with Bill. This week, I am finally taking the plunge and working on some buildings for both the N scale and HO scale. In that, I've got a variety of paints came in the mail that I'd ordered here recently. Variety of reds, orange, burnt umber, white, brown, different things. And I'm starting to do weathering on buildings. I've started on an N scale structure just to kind of practice techniques and to, kind of get my colors down. I'll come in and do the detail painting later once I get the brick done. And the next one's going to be that one. And then what I'm going to do is when I feel comfortable with that, I've still got other buildings in the town of Alta to get started on. I've got the freight depot over on the left on the HO scale. I've got all of the big structures in the industrial area. I have the engine house on both the HO and N scale, as well as then another N scale building down there. So I've got a lot of work to do for painting. So I'm going to have some fun with that for a while. Basic supplies that I've got out here. Paper plates, some old sponges that I've cut up to do the stamp method. Seen good technique off of Jason Jensen's YouTube channel on that, and that's kind of what I did with that first building over there here just a while ago. Just an assortment of other odds and ends. Those that have been following know that I was in the hospital about a month ago now. Had some back surgery. Had a lot of these surgical pads left over after everything was all said and done, and I didn't need them anymore. These are the things you put on your bed just to kind of make sure that leakage does not get on the sheets. I got a bunch of these left, and you know what? They make perfect pads for modeling. I can do a lot of painting on it. Don't have to worry about getting the bench messy, which it already is, so it really doesn't make a whole lot of difference from that perspective. But when I'm done and it's trashed out, it goes in the trash, and then I can get another one and do some more. So this is going to work out pretty well for me. So I'm going to do the next building over here and see how that looks, and then start doing some of the detail painting on both of those structures. And just kind of see how it turns out before I take the plunge and start doing some on the HO scale. So not going to show necessarily techniques. Everybody's got their own style. I'm going to show more results as I get moving through some different stages in this. So more to come. Well, a few hours later than the last segment. Been doing a few things and back out here now. So I like the color on that. The weathering is on it with the paints. Yeah, I think that one will look good. I will go and start doing the detail painting here after a bit. That I'll actually probably do in the house to kind of paint everything up. Add a little gravel type roof onto it, or blacktop, whatever it happens to be. This one for the larger factory also has turned out pretty good. Again, a lot of painting to do, but blend and different shades showing up. I did add a little bit of dilute white to kind of highlight some of the brick lines. You got to get up close to see it. It's kind of there a little bit. I will do some chalk work on it after I come back in and paint everything, and then put glaze in the windows, put in like blinds and pole shades, different things like that, bent beams, some other details on this, but these two worked out well. So I've put the three buildings that I've been working on back on the N scale layout, just to kind of take a look at the brick color. And for the building that I did up in Alta, I like the color. Nice brick red, subtle tones and variations, and once I get all the detail parts painted up on it, I will go back in and then weather with some chalks to highlight some of the areas. So I think that looks pretty good up there. Now over into the industrial area near the roundhouse on the N-scale layout. I think the color on this looks pretty good. Subtle shades, mixes of colors. Kind of like how I do my backdrops, where I loaded up the sponge, not heavily, but with a variety of unmixed colors, and then just did a tap, again similar to what Jason Jensen did on some of his videos. And that works well. It gives it subtle shades that are different, and each building has a slightly different color, which you would expect if they're built at slightly different times, different mixes for the brick. So I like that. I like how that looks. Let me come around. Yeah, this is good. Next thing will be to take these in, sit down at the table, and then start doing the detail painting. The roof, water tank, all of the other odds and ends that are on the building. Get the window, window casings painted up here, and let's see what this looks like. I will take one building, and I haven't decided which one yet, that I'm gonna do, and take it pretty much to completion and see how it looks. We'll see together here in a little bit. So to start doing the detail painting, I chose the small building that's going to be up in Alta. And wow, boy, for having old eyes, this is not easy to paint. But so far, so good. It's looking decent. I've still got windows to do on the sides and some of the back detail, and still have to do more up on the roof, but it's coming along, and this is going to look okay. Well, I got the painting done on this little N-scale business building. Design preservation kit, done some basic weathering on it. At some point I'm going to come in and I will add signs, some other things to make it look like it had been there for a very long time, and also put in the glazing and put in some photograph or something in the backdrop, as well as window shades and other things to kind of make it look like it had been there for a while. Roof, painted it, chalked it a little bit. Not real happy with the tar lines as such, but on the next one I will use a finer tip black marker to kind of get that in. But you know what, for a building that didn't look all that hot at the start, this looks pretty good. So I'm happy with the paint job. It's a nice little business, not sure what it's going to be yet, but on to the next one to get started with the painting piece. Like I said, I'll come back later and do the detail work for the inside, but right now I want to just get them painted so that they look decent on the layout. Well, I think that's going to do it for this video. I've got the two big buildings, major painting completed. Hadn't done anything else on those. The small in the city of Alta building, like I said, I consider the painting piece done. I'll do some interior detailing and some other things on it, but I'm going to start doing some other stuff. I will probably work on one of the other buildings or both over the next week. Show some snippets of that. Maybe if that goes fairly quick and easy, might get started on this building. This building I'll do a little bit more with it, including adding like a floor between the two levels, a little bit of interior detailing, making it look like it is a factory. But That'll come a little bit later. We'll see how far I can get on those two before I jump over to the HO scale. Anyway, that'll be it for now. Take care and keep having fun with your layouts.